Mike's and bad decisions. Let's get into it.
Yeah. You eating your Neapolitan?
My Neapolitan.
Good stuff. Strawberry ice cream's disgusting.
Oh, it's not. It's delicious.
It is absolutely gross. Any artificial strawberry is disgusting.
Is there any form of strawberry ice cream you will eat?
Absolutely not.
None.
I think artificial strawberry is absolutely disgusting.
Let's talk about that.
No, you're not going to change my mind. It's fucking gross.
How is it any different than artificial chocolate?
I don't eat artificial chocolate.
What about artificial vanilla?
I don't eat artificial vanilla.
Most ice cream is artificial vanilla.
My favorite ice cream is regular, actual, real vanilla ice cream.
A vanilla bean?
Yep.
Which is artificial.
No, not if you make it yourself.
But you don't make it yourself.
How do you know? You're not my keeper.
I've watched you eat ice cream. You eat that artificial cookies and cream and you devour that.
And I can taste the chemicals in it. I'm almost like a white girl that just got broken up with while I'm eating it. I'm like crying. I do. I eat artificial ice cream. A little bit. More than I like to admit.
I got to get every last bit of this artificial
That's
shit.
disgusting, dude. That's so fucking gross.
Man.
It looks like a dog with fucking liver failure shitting that thing with the chocolate and strawberry.
Yummy.
That is so gross.
You got to wash it down with some ice water now.
You gotta get rid of that disgusting taste out of your mouth. I don't know why. I think I used to really like enjoy artificial strawberry, and then in recent years I just kind of like it fell off. I was just like, I'm not a big fan anymore, you know? I don't know.
Need to get a napkin. It's like I have chocolate on my face.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Well, speaking of things that may not be real, welcoming you guys to our next podcast. Today we're going to start this off with wives' tales or things that our parents told us that may or may not have been true. I'll let you kick it off today.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even remember part of my childhood, man.
Okay, so like, did your mom ever tell you don't open the umbrella in the house, it'll make your eyes turn purple?
No, my mom was more of a fuck around and find out type of parent. You know?
Well, my mom let me get fucked up a lot too, but, you know.
Which I'm glad she did that, because, I mean, I wouldn't have as tough skin as I would if it was any other way.
One of the wives' tells or things that my mom told me is don't climb a tree during a lightning storm, which I thought she was just saying that at the time, but then I found out as I got older, trees actually attract electricity.
Yeah.
And lightning hits trees quite often.
Yeah. And they go boom.
They do.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty gnarly videos of lightning hitting trees.
You see that? You see the, you know how like Tennessee and all them got hit with that really bad winter storm?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what the cold does to the trees?
Which part?
It blows up the trees. Because, well, you know what I mean. So basically, it expands, right, and then it just bursts open.
It's because water fills up inside the tree and then it freezes.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It expands. Water expands.
Well, we're just explaining it so that way the audience knows what we're talking about. I don't want them to think that you're saying that the trees just explode. There's a reason that it explodes.
I'm sure they know that too. No, you can't. I don't want to listen to some Britain guy fucking.
Yeah, who the hell is that?
I don't care. We gotta watch like. See now, right there, right there. No, that's clickbait.
Exploding trees is
get out of that.
You were on one and then you lost it.
Go back.
Right there. Oh, you did click on the one I told you to click on. That's my bad.
I've seen ice cause trees to snap because they get too heavy during ice storms.
Yeah, I've seen that tons of times where I'm from.
Just pick a video.
Yeah,
as long as it's not
it.
somebody with a shitty British accent.
Yeah, see? They fucking explode. You want to tell me they don't explode? you imagine being out in the woods, dude, and you start hearing that shit? Like, you're just out strolling, beautiful winter day, and then you start hearing that.
I just seen something on that last screen that has me scratching my head. False explanations. Chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that one. I don't think my mom ever told me that, though. I think
my
that's.
mom never told me that.
I think that's more one like
thing.
Like that's something like I would hear like at school or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think she ever told me something like that. My mom is not really like the type to like make stuff up. Like, rather it be like lies or even like, like white lies to like, I don't know, pacify the child or whatever. It was just like, I remember when I found out that people died.
That's something I did here. Behavioral control. If you make a face, it'll stay that way. That's actually not entirely dishonest or untrue. If you do something enough, your muscles in your face, like if you smile a lot, you'll get the wrinkles right around there. Or if you squint a lot.
Yeah, but that's not your face getting stuck.
No,
though.
But it will, over time, it will develop into muscle memory where it'll stay like that.
Be a shame if everyone just walked around smiling all the time.
No, it would be a total shame.
It'd almost be creepy, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Or about the whole situation where gum stays in your gut if you swallow it. That one got me. I'll admit. I believed that one for a long time.
Did he get you?
Yeah. I believed that one for a long time.
I
Longer than I want to admit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. There's another one that's like meat stays in your gut.
That's not untrue.
That's untrue.
No.
Yeah, so they cut someone open that died.
Undigested red meat. It'll stay in your gut for a very long time.
Yeah, but most of it's digested as long as you eat right.
Well,
and that's like comparing like, oh, McDonald's isn't that bad. How do I put this? Yeah, see, I lost that thought already.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah. No, but it's I can see what you're saying. Like, anything can be stuck in your gut, realistically, if you have a bad gut. But if you have a healthy gut, it's going to pass that.
It'll eventually pass, but red meat does stay in your gut longer.
Does it? Google it. I don't believe it.
Does it? Google it.
I don't believe it. It may. It may. I don't. I heard that that was proven that it wasn't true, but that's also like I heard it on a video on YouTube, and that, I mean, you got to take that with a grain of salt. No, it does not. It takes 24 hours, 22 hours to fully digest and pass through the digestive tract. While this is generally slower than high fiber plant foods, it is not considered interesting. So it doesn't go through your system as fast, but it doesn't stay in your gut like people used to say. Meat generally leaves the stomach 2 to 3 hours and is fully broken down in the small intestines in 4 to 6 hours. But it takes 72 hours to fully process.
In Beverly Hills Cop, Roseman tells his partner by the age of 40, the average man has 5 pounds of undigested red meat in their gut.
See, that's what I heard. I didn't know it was from that movie. It could have been from that movie for all I know.
Yeah.
But that's what I heard. And then I heard
Beverly Hills Cop
shortly after that was false.
Eddie Murphy was one of my idols growing up. Him and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy's still alive.
He's very quiet.
He does not get into the political spotlight at all.
Good for him.
Those are my favorite actors and comedians, ones that you don't know which way they lean.
Yep.
That's the ones I'm still
They come out, do a fantastic movie, and then they go back into the darkness.
Yeah.
You know,
what they should be. They're entertainers.
Yeah, that's all they are. Yeah.
So
no,
all right.
The bubblegum one was
pull up the top 10 wives' tales or things that your mother told you. That way we
top
could do
10 wise tales your parents
wives'
told.
tales, not wise tales. Like wife, but wives' tales. There you go. There, you can just click on that. Your parents told you. There you go. Top 10. Let's see what they are. Swallowing gum. There's your top one. You just covered that one.
Yeah.
It stays in your stomach for 7
Oh, that's another one. Cracking knuckles causing arthritis. I'm going to be real with you.
Sitting too close to the TV ruins your eyes.
I just realized that that's not real.
What? Cracking knuckles?
Yeah, I thought that was real.
No.
I thought that 100%
Cracking
thought that
knuckles
was
is
real.
actually good for you. Why do you think we have chiropractors?
Well, I did it anyways. I don't give a shit. I already have arthritis in my knees, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Arthritis
It's one
is
of those
arthritis.
things that I was told and I believed, and I never looked into it because I was like, brother, I'm doing this either way. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so let's see. Sitting too close to the TV ruins your eyes. This originated in 1960s.
I remember that
TV
one.
sets emitting radiation, which modern TVs do not.
Well, I feel like should be pretty self-explanatory, but I
didn't know it was from radiation back in the day.
I could see back in the day why that would be. Yeah.
So we covered cracking your knuckles. Eating crust makes your hair curly. I've never heard that.
Never heard of that one. Shaving hair. That's one that actually I was honestly surprised when I heard that was fake. Because I remember when I was young, right, and my beard started coming in, and I was talking to my dad because my dad's this big fucking Viking guy,
Yeah.
and I was like, Dad, how do I get a beard like you? He's like, oh, just shave it off. It'll grow
my
back
Aunt Char
thicker.
told me because when I was 12, I started growing facial hair.
Yeah,
She's like, if you shave it off, it'll grow back thicker.
yeah.
But if you
So I
pluck it
did.
out,
I
it
shaved
won't.
all the time. I shaved all the time, and then I come to find out it's been a lie, and I was like, dude, come on.
So did your parents ever tell you this one? Watermelon seeds will grow in your stomach if you eat them.
I think that's one of those things that I heard, and then I just went and asked my mom, and she's like, "You're stupid."
The only seed that I know of that is actually dangerous to eat is an apple seed because there's cyanide inside of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's true. I don't know, but I think it's true. Yeah. Cold weather makes you sick. Being cold doesn't cause colds. Viruses do, though they spread faster in winter. I feel like Google just kind of told me that I'm stupid. Being cold doesn't cause colds. Viruses do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like has a little bit of attitude in that sentence.
Okay, I'm going to have to totally blow that one out of the water. If that was actually true, if cold makes you sick, then why do hospitals stay at like 50 degrees?
I think it's because bacteria survives longer in colder environments.
Warm weather.
Google it. New tab.
Hold on, yeah. Open a new tab. We'll get up to that one right there. The
I'm very curious about this because that's another thing that I never really looked into.
There's a reason
Thank the
hospitals
Lord.
keep their temperatures really cool. Viruses do not spread or grow as fast in cold temperatures. That's why they incubate them in refrigerators. So if let's say you guys want to go through some kind of where you want to store your sperm, they freeze it. There's a reason they freeze it because it will not grow bacteria, right? Bacteria does not grow.
I thought it just longer the life.
What it does is it freezes it in the place of time. When you unfreeze it, that's when it starts to develop again.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's why hospitals stay so cold.
You're gonna look that up? I don't remember.
Cold weather.
My bad. Do viruses like cold viruses last longer in cold or warm environments?
Do viruses last longer in cold temperatures? Or do they spread more rapidly?
Just type in the cold. There, enter. You looked confused. Yes, many viruses, including those that cause common cold, flu, and COVID-19, generally last longer and survive better in cold, dry air. Lower temperature and reduced humidity help stabilize viral particles, preventing them from breaking down as quickly. Furthermore, cold air can dry out nasal passages, making it easier for infections to take hold.
So then why do hospitals stay so cold then?
I'll look that up. I don't know. You mean so warm?
No, hospitals are freezing.
Oh, I always thought hospitals are hot.
No, every time we go in there, dude, like I need a blanket. Like it's freaking cold inside of hospitals.
Yeah, right there. It's already there. Just click on it. So they already know what we're doing. Hospitals are kept cold to inhibit bacterial growth. So I'm gonna
literally contradicting itself.
I'm gonna go off a limb here and say that AI overview is freaking stupid and has no idea what it's talking about. Or there is a difference somehow between a virus and bacteria. which I don't believe either. But
No.
obviously, there's something going on here. Cold temperatures prevent hospital workers from feeling too hot when they need to. So they're selfish. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I can see that though. Like I could see that. So if you think about it, like when like something gets really warm, you get more comfortable. I get tired. Like if the minute I'm like warm, not uncomfortably warm, but like that comfort zone, I'm ready for bed instantly.
Well, that's
it could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Trainer, over the road truck driver trainer, I used to teach my students that if you roll down the window and you stick your left hand out the window, it'll actually help wake you up because that's closest to your heart. So if you cool down the blood going through your left hand, it'll help to wake the body up because now you're refrigerating the blood essentially in your hand because it goes from your heart into your left arm, right? And you cool down the blood and it works. Then you get out and you stretch. You pull your hamstrings like you stretch your hamstrings. That helps wake you up too. So
all that stuff.
All right, go back to that other screen.
Yeah.
There we go.
All
now
right. She said we missed one. Hold on. Which one did we miss?
Wants us to know the swimming after eating cause cramps.
While uncomfortable, eating before swimming does not cause dangerous paralyzing cramps. I did hear that one when I was a kid. I think my mom even told me about that one.
Yeah. My mom and
I
grandma
think
told
that
me.
was more of a less of it doesn't matter if it's true or false, but if it is true, let's just be safe. You know
I've eaten plenty of times and then went swimming and I've never had a problem. I'm calling BS on that.
I do remember though as a kid though that I would panic about it.
Yeah.
Watching too much TV makes your eyes turn square.
You skipped one, number 9.
Oh, my bad. Going outside with wet hair causes colds. You cannot catch a virus solely from being cold or having wet hair.
No, what causes the cold is not the wet hair. It's the water getting in your ears. The moisture getting in your ears can cause you to get sick.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of glands inside of your ears. So if you go outside with wet hair and your hair goes over your ears and that moisture gets inside your ears and that moisture gets cold, it can cause you to get sick because of all the glands that are in your ears.
Okay.
So my wife's a big one on that one. She always tells my children that you need to blow dry your hair. You need to dry your hair. You know, and it's like, in the summertime, I'm like, dude, chill out. You don't need to blow dry your hair.
Oh.
Okay. What it does do, though, if you go to bed with wet hair, it actually causes your hair to form one way, and it'll stay that way because it dries in that position.
Yeah.
So it causes really bad bedhead.
I don't believe number 10 at all. I've never even heard of it.
Watching too much TV makes your eyes turn square.
Yeah. I think that's the dumbest one out of that whole one.
I've never heard that at all.
Click on that link right there. Yeah, that one. Click on that. Let's see if there's any cool ones in there. I don't care about that.
Rusty nails cause tendinitis. Mostly false.
So I don't want to downplay the danger of nails. Yes, puncture wounds can lead to tetanus. So kids should be vaccinated. Excuse me. And adults should get their booster shot every 10 years like they're supposed to. But the famous rusty nail is a red herring. Rust, of course, is just harmless iron oxide and doesn't cause infections, diseases. Tetanus is spread by a hardy little bug called short word that I can't read, which survives outstanding outside the body in the form of hardy little spores, much like anthrax. Those spores are everywhere, so any kind of wound from a deep scratch to an animal bite could potentially transmit tetanus. There's nothing magical about the rusty nail except the rusty nails are often dirty, and dirt can often be full of tetanus spores. I did not know. So tetanus comes from a bug?
I didn't know that either.
I had no idea. Can you highlight that bug name and Google it, please? I'm going to have nightmares about this tonight. That's too long of a name.
Colosseum.
Down right there, that sentence, yeah. Yeah, I want to know. Just
copy it.
Right click and search. Or that.
You could have just hit search on that other one.
Wait, what? Oh, go to images. I see. That's why we've never seen one. I don't carry a microscope around with me.
Yeah, me either.
I'm stupid, apparently.
I didn't even know those things existed.
That's crazy.
I was today years old when I learned about that.
Same here. I honestly thought that rusty nails just caused tetanus, to be honest.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. That comes from cow poop?
Tetanus?
No. All right. Well,
Our producer just told us that she thought it came from cow poop. All right, go back to that other.
oh, you were told that. Oh, I thought you were saying that bug comes from cow poop, like it's the bacteria from the poop that creates it somehow. Gotcha.
There are fewer than 100 U.S. cases every year. Whoa, hold on. Mostly involving people who let their shots lapse, and only 1 in 10 are fatal. So those numbers don't make sense either. Because if there's less than 100 cases every year in the U.S., how is 1 in 10 fatal?
Well, out of those 100, 1 out of the 10 of them, that makes no sense to me.
That means 10 people are going to die out of 100. That's the math.
That would be the math, yeah. But why'd they word it like that? Just say 1 out of, or just say 10 out of 100.
Yeah.
That's weird.
All right, let's see this one. Wear a hat. Most of your body heat escapes through your head. I heard your head and your feet.
I heard your neck. The Army's findings come from experiments it performed in the 1950s, but we can't trust that one bit.
Not at all.
1950s by sending soldiers into the sub-zero temps wearing Arctic survival suits and no hats. Under those conditions, shockingly, lots of body heat was lost through the head. But as a University of Louis, can you stop scrolling, please?
Stop moving down.
Louisville hypothermia expert named Daniel Sessler explained to the New York Times in 2004, you get the same results by leaving any body part uncovered. Our faces and necks are 5 times as sensitive to temperature changes as the rest of our bodies, so our heads may feel particularly vulnerable to the cold on a winter's day, but you lose just as much heat by putting on a hat but leaving, say, your arm or your leg uncovered. Dr. Sessler's estimates that if the Army were to retry their field tests with their subjects wearing only swimsuits, only 10% of the body heat would be lost through the head. In 2006, University of Manitoba study found similar results. If your head is cold, sure, put on a hat, but it's not a magical cure-all. If your hands are cold, wear gloves. If your feet are cold, try socks or slippers. That's funny. One I'm curious about is what's that one? Bundle up.
Finish your thought.
Bundle up or you catch cold. No, let me think it through real quick. The most recent review of research was wait, what? Subjects given a chill by dipping their feet in cold water for 20 minutes were more than twice as likely to catch a cold with the week compared to the control group. So it's true then.
Yes, that's probably true. Go down to the 5-second rule.
Oh, I didn't even see the verdict.
5-second rule.
Oh, no.
Probably false. Okay, leave.
No, it's false. It says false in caps.
Yeah.
The pioneer in the field was Julian Clark, a high school intern at University of Illinois, who spent part of 2003 dropping gummy bears and fudge stripe cookies onto E. coli. Interesting. Treated floor tiles, microbes contaminated the food immediately, not after some magical 5-minute window. I think that guy's wrong.
Well, Mythbusters did a test like this, and they found that it was not plausible. Because I don't know if you remember Mythbusters. It was a great TV show.
I do, but I don't remember that episode.
So they did one where they were sneezing, right? And how far a sneeze really goes.
Yeah.
It travels. Holy crap, it does a sneeze travel. But
So
they
does poop
also did
particles.
the 5-second rule one. And they found out that it was mostly false, right? That
Meaning the 5-second rule isn't a thing.
it's not a thing. Like, you can drop the food on the ground as long as you pick it up really quick. You'll get bacteria on it, but not like as if you left it down there for like 5 minutes. You know? So, but dropping it directly onto E. coli, that's completely different. I mean,
Yeah.
like what?
I don't.
Like, we're talking on just a regular solid floor, you know, like maybe there's E. coli there, but maybe there's not. You know, there's probability of there being E. coli wherever you dropped your food.
Bottom line, most food can be retrieved from the floor after 1 second or 1 minute and you'd be just fine. But if there was something gross on the floor, the dropped food was equally gross before and after the 5-second cutoff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what you were just saying. It just depends on the situation. The environment
I like this next one. You're not fat, you're big boned.
Mostly false. Being big boned doesn't make you fat, but being fat eventually makes you big boned. What? In 2011, anthropologists at North Carolina State published new evidence linking weight and bone size by measuring 121 different femurs. Yes, this is what might have happened when you donate your body to science. Good to know. They learned that overweight people do indeed have wider bones because of difference in the amount of weight their skeletons have to carry, as well as the different walking motions they tend to use. In other words, yeah. So interesting. I never thought about that one. I always kind of hear it and I just kind of brush it off.
So I've heard a lot of different things about this next one. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Oh, that's
They're
interesting.
saying probably true, but I've also heard that it's probably not true because the term breakfast. You're supposed to be fasting through the night, like you're breaking your fast.
Yes.
So I don't necessarily agree with that. Now, I've grown accustomed to eating breakfast in the morning because I don't typically have time to stop at 11 o'clock to, eat something when you should be eating, like between 9 and 11. So I eat early in the morning. But yeah, you're not supposed to technically eat breakfast every day.
A 2002 study of underperforming kids in inner-city Boston public schools found that introducing a free school breakfast program boosted math scores. You gotta scroll down. Behavior marks and attendance.
So this right here was created for tax purposes. That is 100% bullshit, okay? They did that so that way they could get more funding to provide these free lunches that somebody's paying for because nothing is actually free. And they wanted to use this as an excuse to say that, it's going to boost math scores and all of that. I would venture to say that that's not what boosts math scores. You know what boosts math scores is productive teachers.
Yeah.
You could go all day without eating, and if you have a really good teacher, you'll still be just as engaged. Now you'll be hungry, so it'll be a little bit distracting, but you still.
That's probably what they're getting at. They should have put that in there, but I'm sure that's what their point is that's the point they're trying to make is if you're sitting there hungry, you're having a harder time paying attention versus where if you're sitting there on a full stomach, you're not focused on the fact that you're hungry.
That's not true either. Think about it. Thanksgiving, what do? We fucking stuff our bellies until we pass out. Then we wake up and we do it again, right? You do not pay attention as well when you're on a full stomach because you're now fatigued. With the crap that they feed these students in school, a lot of it is filled with starches, and starches put you to sleep.
Interesting. This actually is kind of cool for me to read because I have 2 herniated discs. 2006 study at Aberdeen, Scotland hospital would go even further than that. Doctors there took MRI images of healthy patients in 3 different sitting positions, hunched over, straight up, or sitting straight and leaning back a full 45 degrees. The upright posture actually caused the most spinal disc movement, which leads to strain on the back. In a classroom setting, the best advice is probably for kids to sit whatever angle of recline keeps their back feeling relaxed and supported, to take breaks for standing and walking as much as possible, and never to sit hunched forward. So even with my back injury, I have a severe L4 and L5, and I have a moderately severe L4 and L5. I think that's how they worded it. They worded it weird, or it's like L5 and S1 or something. Anyways, in all the paperwork that I got, it actually told me to walk more than I do sit. They said only sit 3 to 4 minutes at a time, which is crazy because, that I have really bad hip pain and down my leg from the sciatic nerve being pinched off. So it's like sitting is the only way that relieves that, but standing, sitting is the only way that relieves my hip and leg, but standing is what really makes my back go off.
Right.
Sometimes it's horrible. That's kind of interesting that's why I sit so funny. That's why I sit really leaned over or hunched or.
And who's coming up with all these saying that this is false? Slouching is bad for you. Because slouching is bad for you. That's how people end up getting hunchbacks.
I don't know. I was, from what I learned from my doctors, is that sitting up can cause more pain than slouching. Because it puts more compression on my discs. So I'm sitting like this. It's actually opening my disc. That's why I slouch so much. But I don't know what the long-term result is on it. I think they're looking at... So it says slouching is bad for you. Step straight slouching is bad for you. I don't know what they're trying to get at here. The upright posture has actually caused the most spinal disc movement, which leads to strain on the back. I think they're just talking short-term. I don't think they're talking long-term.
Oh, speaking of slouching, made me want to stretch.
Yeah. Shaving will just make your hair... We already covered that one.
Yeah, we already covered that one. Skip that one. Sugar rots your teeth. Okay, stay on this one for a minute.
If your mouth microbes can turn any carbohydrates into acid, is there anything special about sugar? The answer is no. Bread, rice, many fruits, and vegetables are starchy enough to keep the bacteria on your teeth drilling cavities. Wait, what? All are starchy enough to keep the bacteria on your teeth drilling cavities for hours. Oh, I see what they're saying. You should eat a strict no-sugar diet, and if you didn't brush or floss regularly, you'd still have the mouth of a... That seems rude to say on here. I suppose it's plausible that sugars would be worse than other carbs because they're stickier, but it turns out that that's not true either. In the 1990s, a New York University dental researcher named Harold Link, how do you pronounce that? Link?
I don't know. I'm still stuck on that. Have the mouth of a Dickinson. What the fuck is that? Dickinson? Orphan?
Dickinson? I don't know. Orphan. Where was I? Conducted a series of tests on staying power of the staying power of different kinds of dental plaque, and cooked starches were much worse than sugars. Your saliva is pretty good at washing away the remnants of a candy bar, but not so hot when it comes to potato chips ground into molars. Interesting.
That's true, because I always have to drink something to slosh around in my mouth whenever I eat something sticky like potato chips.
Yeah, I guess you got, I can see that's, now I gotta stretch. That's a good stretch.
Drink 8 glasses of water a day. Verdict is false.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, you should obviously drink water and stay hydrated, but everybody is different on how it consumes
But it's not just water that you need. Your body needs salt in order to absorb the water. If you just drink
That's
water...
why Gatorade's actually good for you.
Yeah.
Is because of the sodium in it.
But if you just drink water, it's going to go right through you. You need some kind of a sodium, like natural salt, like a sea salt, in order for the water to absorb into your body. That nasty-ass table salt, which is terrible for you.
So I don't use it.
That's not what you want to be,
I only
ingesting.
use Himalayan salt.
Sugar makes kids hyper. False?
Really?
Whatever. I am not.
Dozens of recent studies, however, have soared doctors on the possible linkage. Sugar doesn't really wind kids up, they now believe. It's just that many of the occasions on which kids eat a lot of sugar, like birthday parties and holidays, tend to be chaotic anyways. See, that's the thing, though, is like all of these seem to be from like the 90s and the 50s and the 60s, the 80s. How about we test stuff with the technology we have now and see what we do? I mean, you remember in school when you're in science class, they always tell you how to test something 3 times to get an actual, a hypothesis out of it or something, right? They're testing it one time, and now what are we? 30 years later, they're like, it's still true. I just find that really hard to believe, but I'm not a scientist.
I absolutely find it hard to believe.
A revealing 1994 experiment by Daniel Hoover and Richard Millich put the blame for this myth squarely on parents. Oh, there it is. Parents' shoulders. They showed that moms and dads were much more likely to classify their kids' behavior as hyper when told that the kids had just gotten buzzed on sugar. So basically, they're just using it as an excuse, is what they're saying. It's like your kid act up. You're like, oh, that's just because you ate sugar. No, Brenda, it's because you're a terrible parent.
In reality, all the kids in the study were drinking sugar-free placebo.
That's interesting.
So they tricked the parents, and the parents were blaming it on the sugar.
That's got to be a really rude awakening. Can you imagine that?
I'm thinking, that it's all these damn vaccination these kids are getting, and it's causing ADD and ADHD.
That's funny.
What are these?
Noonie.
Stupid. I don't care about any of those. How to get people to like you from the FBI?
Yeah. I mean, fuck just being a genuine person and being nice, right? I never heard that.
Okay. You got to slow down your scrolling so we have a chance to read it. Reading in the dark will ruin your eyes. I have heard that.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's what my grandma used to tell me all the time. Is it true, though? Because this isn't telling you if it's true.
I can barely read that text.
Yeah, me too.
I need my glasses. Young. Reading of a dim light won't cause any ongoing medical condition. It could cause eye strain, which could mean a bit of headache, so it's probably a good idea to read with some decent lighting. So, in other words, no, it's not true. Okay.
Find another page where the text is bigger so we could read it, because I don't think they heard you read it.
Yeah, they can't hear you read anything. Because you refuse to get a mic. You were just on that one, I think. No? I'm wrong. The kid cops? My grandma would point at the armored money trucks outside stores and would tell me that those are the trucks that take misbehaved children away. Shit freaked me out. That's so messed up. That's so funny, though. My mom used to tell my sisters that the barred up, closed off stores in the mall were mall jail, and that's where they put the bad kids. My sister also somehow got in their heads that they would turn them into mannequins. That is so messed up. That's hilarious.
I've never heard that.
Telling kids that lying makes your ears turn red was a brilliant idea. I'll have to use it. My variation of this was their tongue turned purple when they lie. Does nobody watch Pinocchio? What's up with all these? Pinocchio's been around forever.
I watched Pinocchio.
Yeah, but I'm saying is like that's the tried and true right there.
Yeah.
Just tell them, watch Pinocchio. See what happens when you lie? It's that simple. There's a movie about it. My mother told me that spinach would make me strong like Popeye, and if I ate it, I could lift the house. I would have a few spoonfuls, and then she'd rush outside with me, and I'd try to lift the house, squeezing my eyes shut with the effort. She'd go, "I moved, It moved. Quick, eat some more," and I'd run back inside and finish it off. That's funny.
That's just a way to trick your kids.
Ice cream lies. I told both of my kids that ice cream truck was the music truck. Its purpose was to drive around and cheer up all the sad people. That's so messed up, dude. The ice cream truck would come around like my neighborhood. I'd buy anyone who's around ice cream. I couldn't let a kid go without ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream truck music would always bring me and my friends to complete joy.
Yeah.
You know, we love running out there after the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a very important thing for kids to experience because it's already disappearing. You already don't see it a lot. Well, I guess you see it here where we are quite a bit, but where I'm from, it was dying off a lot. So it's like
you don't see it up here as much as I did down in Southern California. There wasn't only ice cream trucks, but we also had vendors that had these little carts they'd push around ringing a bell.
Yeah, that's what we had a girl like that. I think she passed away because she stopped coming around. And then we had like another little motorized tricycle person that drive around and do it. And then it stopped for a long time where I was from. Then all of a sudden, this guy, I think his name was the Snack Shack, and this old beat up like Econoline van started rolling around and selling ice cream. And I thought personally when I first saw it, I was like, dude, this dude's probably a creep. But then he rolls past my house one time and my kids see it. And of course they go running out there because they hear the music. I walk up to the guy and meet him. Ends up being a veteran, and he's in there with his old service dog. His dog got his old goggles on and everything. Unbelievably nice guy. And ever since that, he had a little app you could track his movements on his app. like live movements,
Mhm.
and we'd always track them when we knew it was like our neighborhood day, you know. And so when we was coming by,
You had a tracker out for your ice cream man?
he had a tracker on his van. He had a little website so you could track them.
Wow.
Yeah, it
I
was
grew up in
actually
a
really cool.
generation where you literally had to stand outside and be like, "Is that the ice cream man?"
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. At least it came back, right? Because it was gone, and I think that's just a cool thing for kids to experience. Like they should gives them a reason to be outside too. Like, hey, the ice cream guy might be around today. Go play outside. You know, wait for his music.
Yeah. Well, I grew up to the sound of a bell on an ice cream cart. The guy would walk around on his little tripod ice cream cart, just pushing the thing in front of him the whole way and just ringing his bell.
Yeah.
You know, we'd run outside, and he never had a great selection of ice cream, but on a hot summer day,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, he had all the ones the kids loved.
Yeah.
So
Terrified of Chuck E. Cheese. My dad always told me he was terrified of mice and rats, so we wouldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. I legitimately believed that until my cousins told me her dad, my dad's twin, had said the same thing. That's funny. How to save money on batteries. They don't sell replacement batteries for that toy. That's fucked. I don't know why you would go out and buy a kid a toy when the batteries died.
on that battery one, I want you to, on another page, look up, do batteries last longer if you freeze them?
They do not.
I want to see that.
I'm going with no. Let's see what the
I
survey
heard
says.
that if you freeze them, it causes the cells to last longer.
Really, I heard the opposite. So I used to hear that, and then I heard that it was actually debunked.
No.
Yeah.
Storing batteries in the freezer does not make them last longer.
And it is generally not recommended. While extreme cold may slightly slow the self-discharge rate, it can cause condensation, which damages the battery's casting, reduces capacity, and leads to corrosion. Modern batteries are best stored in a cool, dry place at room temperature. Which modern batteries, they're probably talking about like lithium and stuff like that, which that's pretty self-explanatory. But like old batteries, yes, I did hear that. And then, and I want to say recent years, I heard that it wasn't a thing. So. Religious lies. This is an interesting one. My father told me and my Catholic cousin that Easter was the day that Jesus rolled back the rock, and if he saw his shadow, we'd have 6 more weeks of winter. My aunt was beyond pissed when my cousin broke that out at her first communion. Interesting.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard most of these, but that's because I'm older than the idiot that wrote these.
Yeah. Watermelon lie. Yeah, we don't care about all that. We already went over that. It's okay. Thank you. Seasonal TV? What? My flatmate. Oh, here we go. My flatmate grew up on farm and was told by her parents that their TV only worked when it rained. She believed this for far too long. That's actually kind of smart. Because in today's world, because like no kid goes outside and plays anymore. They all want to watch TV, be on tablets, play video games. It is so hard to get a kid to just go outside and have an imagination nowadays. Tooth Fairy's sense of smell. As a kid, I lost a tooth, put it in a plastic bag, slid it under my pillow, then went to bed early so the Tooth Fairy could come. When my parents forgot to put the money under the pillow, my dad said, "You shouldn't have put the tooth in a bag. The Tooth Fairy couldn't smell it." That's funny. That's a good save on the dad's part right there. The angry penguin. My mom told my brother and I that a penguin lived behind the fridge, and if we left the fridge door open too long, we'd steal his cold, and he'd get mad and come out and bite us. It worked on my brother. I asked my mom to move the fridge so I could pet the penguin. There it is. Planetary pears. My mother told me that pears were space apples. She told all of my siblings this, and it always worked. That's funny. Penny Elaine. My mom's name is Elaine. My grandmother, her mom, told her that she was named after the song Penny Lane. My mom went her whole life telling people this. It wasn't until last year that my dad looked it up and found out that the same song came out 2 years after my mom was born. My grandma died about 10 years ago, so now my mom is trying to figure out what else she lied about. That's rough. That's really rough. Funny, but rough.
Interesting.
That's weird. It's funny how parents tell the silliest lies about stuff to cope.
Google the top 10 funny facts about life or something like that. Let's see what that has to show. Fun facts. Okay. Let's see what we can figure out here.
Unique tongue prints, just like fingerprints, everyone's tongue print is completely unique. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Makes sense, but I did not know that.
Why do we have different tongue prints? It's not like when you get arrested, the cops print your tongue.
Oh, you just wait. You just wait. It's going to happen. Pig limitations? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It is physically impossible for pigs to look up in the sky. I knew that one. But that's just...
Sleeping insects.
wait, hold on. Have you ever seen the video of the guy that picks up a pig and points him to the sky? Babe, go to the new tab and Google guy shows pig the sky. It is so funny. Oh, apparently my phone is trying to help us. Right? I think it's that one. Just click on one. Yeah.
I just saw a video that said that because of the way that pigs' eyes are placed, they can't see the sky. So if someone with a pig could like lift them so they can see the sky, just so that I can be okay.
I mean, this is one of the most beautiful Sunday evenings you could imagine. And so if that's true, I thought I'd give her the greatest sunset she could look at.
That is
Come here, come here. Oh.
That's a pig.
This is gonna be my last try. Come here, boss. Come here. Oh, gosh. I don't think mine are too interested in looking at the sky. I know goats can already see the sky, but I'm going to try it on waffles just for fun. Can I show you? Can I show you the sky? I want to show you the sky. I unfortunately don't have any animals that are interested in looking at the sky. See?
Well, I don't think this is the video you were talking about.
Look up there. What do you see? Is it beautiful?
He's about to headbutt him. Yeah, that one.
So if someone with a pig could like lift them so they can see the sky.
We're on it. Yay!
Oh, it's just...
Hooray!
Bacon! Bacon, relax, easy! 1 second. Bacon is having a temper tantrum. Just give us 1 second, please. Can you see the sky? It looks like he's looking at the sky, I'm not gonna lie.
This is what I was talking about either.
He's happy, look at him. Aww.
Obviously, everyone
I think you
jumped
can see
on
the
this
sky.
and did it. But yeah, so the guy, one guy actually does it, right? Do the third one in, see if that's the last one I'll try. I'm hoping it's actually a funny reaction. Click the sound.
They can't see the sky. So if someone with a pig could like lift them so they can see the sky, just so that I can be okay. I just saw a video that said that because of the way that pigs' eyes are placed.
It's funny. Obviously, it's probably from him just being picked up, right? Anyways, sleeping insects. During an average lifetime, a person might eat around 70 assorted insects and 10 spiders while sleeping. I did hear about that one.
I've heard about that too.
It's absolutely disgusting. Glowing fruit bananas glow blue under the black lights, which makes them easier for animals to spot. Okay.
I did not know bananas glow under.
I kind of want to try it now, if I'm being honest.
So do I.
They glow blue? No, yeah, they glow blue.
Do we have any bananas here? Because these are set to black light.
Go get a banana, please. Go look.
Just grab a banana.
We have to know this. It's for scientific research purposes. Yeah. Where are we at? Long blood vessels. If you look at the blood vessels of an average adult human and laid them in a line, they would stretch about 100,000 miles. That's kind of crazy, actually.
I've heard about that before.
Sneeze proof. Oh, sneeze proof eyes. It is physically impossible to sneeze with your eyes open.
I don't have to sneeze, otherwise
I really want to try that. Yeah. Oh, we don't have
any
bananas.
We're out of bananas?
All right.
It's bananas.
Wait time. The average person spends about 6 months of their life waiting for red lights. to
Totally
turn
skip
green.
two.
Animal hearts? Oh, an octopus has 3 hearts.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I've heard about it, but I
I guess
about it.
it's kind of one of those things where you have to like actually like fish for them to understand.
That is interesting though. The wait time.
50 minutes. The average person, yeah, that's kind of
6
if
months
I'm
of their
being
life
honest,
waiting at red lights.
it's really depressing. Baby bones. Babies are born with 300 bones. By the time they are adults, they have 206 because some of the bones fuse together. I knew about that one. There is underwater post office. There is a functioning underwater post office in the South Pacific near. What does that say? Vanuatu? Interesting. I did not know that, but I really want to go there. I think that's going to be it, though. You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun little podcast there.
Yeah, I'll let you close out this time if you want.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you guys for joining us and dealing with all these little weird shenanigans. On the next podcast, I will bring my water electrolyzer and I'm going to show you guys in real time how bad most of these bottled waters are. And we'll set up a table right here and we'll have our control water so you can see that the water electrolyzer will not change that one because there's no minerals in it. Winco water will be our control water because it is the most purified. And then we'll set up all the other different bottles. We'll use, Dasani and all the other ones. And I'll show you guys just how bad those are compared to tap water. But until then, you guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions, please throw them in the comments. If you want to throw in a comment about this video, put that in the comments. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Till next time, I'm out.
See ya.